check. Good Lord. Okay. Anyways, apologies. That'll learn me not to restart my stuff beforehand because AMD's video cards are, they're something, apparently. Anyways. Oh, goodness. Like a scramble to get that stuff sorted. I wish I could just like halt the stream while I reconnected, but it does not give me enough time to restart. Ow, frustrating. 1 second. Get back up and running here. There we go. Sorry about that. That does not help anybody involved. Now my skin tone paint's homogenizing. How frustrating. It's fine, it's fine. Get back to it. Anyways, like nothing happened. We've been playing Marvel Rivals. And we I will probably stream that tomorrow with Nero, at least. Hopefully we're going to have another person playing with us. But technical issues and all, we'll see. But we'll probably stream that tomorrow, which for those of you who don't know, I will just stream game stuff whenever I feel like it, to be honest. If there comes a point where there's gaming stuff, I have a tendency to almost turn off when I'm streaming, but when I play games, I am a rather animated person. So if there's games that anybody wants me to play at any point, we can do that. But otherwise, I'll just, stream whatever we happen to be playing at the time. Sometimes it's a little more, I say effort, and I use that word lightly, a little more effort than I feel like putting in. Sometimes I just want to turn on and go, but that is primarily because streaming to no one, for some reason playing games specifically, is exhausting. So, yeah. I feel like that's kind of one of those things that people both talk about and don't talk about all that often, is how exhausting it is. Like, I always feel like I need a dang nap afterwards. Specifically streaming to nobody while playing a game, because I feel like it's something I need to keep almost like a constant eye on. Whereas doing stuff like this, I've got other things to kind of worry about, which, you could obviously easily say the same thing about playing games, but for some reason my brain does not interpret it the same way. Okay, now we get to tackle the weirdness of the legs. Reference gone. Definitely. This is not going to be good. With my shaky hands today. Now, honestly, if I can get these stripes even somewhat cleanly put in, I'm okay with it. Which that is okay with me. I don't know how much I want. Really, I don't know how many of these stripes I want to try to paint, is what I'm trying to say. There's definitely some that need to be. It's just kind of hard to distinguish what exactly I'm looking at here. Also, not also, because it's not related. But I'm sure there will be some of you to watch it on Netflix, because the trailer for it kind of went a little viral for a certain Transformers star's appearance in it. Was Subservience on Netflix. I watched that today at work, specifically on lunch, and then a little bit over lunch. I will say the movie was not exactly what I expected. It was supposed to be like a thriller. I don't know. It wasn't really a thriller, to be honest with you. But I will say there's a certain amount of like unsettlingness to any of those movies, like Megan or any of that kind of stuff, with AI and robots and humanoids and stuff, because we are not far off from it. So there's something a little spooky. I cannot see past the shadow on this dang leg. We're just gonna make that up a little bit. I kind of expected more of a like emotional problem in that movie, and I don't mean that with like, oh, it was supposed to have weight, because it wasn't. But like, I expected him to become like more invested, and that's what causes like a spiral. But it wasn't really like that at all. And it went from something kind of believable to spiraling like real quick. But honestly, it was kind of the exact same premise as the movie Megan, with like having a the person that you get assigned to and then becoming overly protective and justifying things in all sorts of weird ways and going to drastic measures as a weird justification for your like fake motives, I guess. But no, it was not a good movie. There are good parts about said movie, but it was not a good movie. looking real messy. Trying to decide if that's enough leg slices picked out. I kind of feel like it is. The rest are rather tightly wound, except for like there's one little spot. And I know I'm blocking the thing a little bit, I just can't see. I'm gonna be honest, that spot's probably gonna be mostly green by the time this is done. I cannot tell. I kind of feel like that stomach area should be skin tone, and I think I'm gonna paint it skin tone just to add a little bit more of a breakup in these colors. Yeah, that makes way more sense to me for some reason. Not gonna do 2 coats of all of this. I'm mainly just looking for spots that need it. This does a decent job covering in one. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay, now for this weirdo. I always get worried about not being able to get coverage fast enough. Painting heads like this. Which is kind of funny considering how tiny it is, but I think we could have thinned that down a little more, but that's all right. this is a lot of thigh. The top exposed on both of these legs. And slices on the legs. Kind of the same general vibe on the arms. Which there is a little bit of a super glue fight on the bottom side of these arms, it looks like, that I didn't catch when trying to clean these up. So, oh well. Again, the people, I got these off Marketplace, and I got a very good deal on them, but holy, they struggled with some super glue. I also have no idea how I want to paint these knives. I kind of want to paint them gold too, but which, yeah, obviously, at this point, you've watched me paint a couple models on these plastic cups. I think at some point that was just kind of what was on my desk when I needed to paint something. Or I like put a base somewhere on accident and I just decided this was like close enough. But kind of like it, I like having a fatter like thing compared to like the Citadel paint handle. It's a little large. Close enough. That is all I'm going to try to reach of that arm. And that is a-okay. Also already got the table set up for Thursday. For the most part, I still have to get out stuff, but as far as like the terrain and everything is already out and good to go. So we'll play some more Crow on Thursday against yours truly, per usual. That just is how it is. We'll make the best of it. And maybe if I beat myself, the Beyond Winds from the North box will come back in stock, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on that front. Aim to reach. Sorry, I'm trying to be careful as I can, just because I feel like those lines are going to be very obvious, like bright on the mid front of the model. So I was trying to be as careful as I could. Not as worried about the bottom side of this. Honestly, as long as there's something down here, that is about all I'm looking for. little bit there I'll have to touch up. Isn't bad. I was trying to paint some of these recesses like a wash. And I'm just getting the paint into the crevice that I want it, and then just quickly get rid of any of the tiny little bit of overflow. Is it a perfect system? No, it isn't. Is it a system? Yes, it is. Granted, there's not one of these spots that are jumping out at me on one of these legs, and like all of them on the other one almost look like they should be colored. Did we just hit most of them on this one? And if I can do it quickly, relatively speaking. And lose my mind over all of these. Or try to make them all pencil perfect clean either. I feel like just the representation of what it is kind of being there will be enough. Which I think just about there. For this some that. I think I'm okay with that amount of stripes on the leg. Yeah. I want to do a second coat on the noggin because it needs it. Okay. I think a couple touch-up spots. That'll do, pig. Okie dokie. This fire is going to be a pain to airbrush with character being on it. I kind of like the idea of doing the mask on this black. And maybe doing the eyes green. What color should the eyes be? Because I feel like I could do them either or. Well, maybe I'll just stay white with a little tiny black dot in them. Yeah, I'm not. I was thinking about bead paint for the stuff, but I gotta paint the tattoos as well. Squish, 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 squish. Talked about this before. One, I don't really use a wet palette a whole lot, but also the little cheap one that I use that I'm just determined to use up all this paper. I know somebody who got the same one and they said this paper is terrible comparatively, and they used their like army painter paper or whatever, and it was drastically better. So it could just be the paper that messes me up so much, but all right. I can't see. Specifically, this damn bow. I'm gonna have to touch that up. Not as much touch up as I was expecting. Steal some of this while I got it. Now, I'm almost gonna have to paint this inverted from this one. So this one, she's got like recesses on the eyes and on the like cheeks and jaws. And this one, let's see. She's almost got like raised portions on her cheeks. And the raised portion is where I want to do the black, so I feel like it would be too much if I painted anything else, so. Some more cleanup. Ugh. I'm not in love with that. Trying to clean up a little bit of that roughness, but to be honest, that might just be what it is. No, I'm not doing a good job of showing anybody this. Check something. Nothing of use. Clean up those two spots, but horrible. I hate this black paint. It's too shiny, and I have such a hard time seeing past its shininess while I'm using it. More or less. Question is do all Night Sisters have black lips? Nope, no they do not. So I'm not worried about it. Yep. Grab a tiny little bit of this to clean up this spot. Like magic. Magic. Okay, now do feel like the skin needs a little bit of something. So we can't get a little bit of highlight. Not for everything, but mainly the face. Tops of the thighs would be good. Excuse me, I was listening to something.
This is...
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Now let's do some black luster. That seems real bright. kind of just doing a lazy pass of some color on all these parts just to give it a little bit of something, but it's not near as obvious as I expected. So rather scratchy pass over some of that, and I think that's okay. Said I wasn't going to do anything, so this is better than nothing. That'll do, pig. Now, I almost feel like something this wants to be black. This feels like it would be all red other than the mask. It's gonna have a bow. Color of these daggers. Silver. Silver, that seems boring. Night Sister bow. I guess it's grayish silver. It's underwhelming. Yep, and these are a bright silver, so that's pretty lame. That's kind of what this character is supposed to be, and it kind of is a black V down the middle, so we will do the same thing, just slightly lesser, I think. How about as I'm processing the thought of needing to be a bit more careful because I don't really have a good red to just cover that back up with, I just whiffed it completely. Oh, that's awful. As weird as that might be, I think I'm not gonna do above that V, specifically because it's kind of hard to decide where that V goes and where it doesn't go. So we're gonna leave it as a V. I wonder if I could use a tiny little bit of this airbrush paint to cover that up. I'm not gonna be able to get the gradient. This paint is very thin. Ever so slightly, but not enough to work. So pop this paint next to it, and it's a little darker. That's okay because it's going in a recess. So I think we'll be okay there. Oh yeah, it's better than nothing, that's for sure. Yeah, autofocusing is not wanting to cooperate today. So these knives, the blade is very silver and the handles are kind of darker. Kind of lame as it is. I think I'm gonna just go with a silver for the blade and a gunmetal for the handle. My non-metallic metal attempts, not great. Also, I don't really want to try to practice on something that has as tiny little blade edges as that. So I tried it once, I didn't get a good result. I don't want to do it again until I have something that I think I can work with, and I don't think I can work. I do wish I had not even the patience necessarily, but the desire to resin print some of the things that I could use to practice. I just don't, I don't know, I have a hard time painting just to paint. It's like I need to paint with a goal of being able to use it at some point, you know? Probably should have just base coated this with a black before doing this silver, but we will probably get there all the same. Just might take a second. And we'll let that sit. This guy, as much as I want this bow to be gold, the show says it's gray. So we're gonna do gray. Although, was the bow that Omega gets in the Bad Batch not a Night Sisters bow? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was. What do I know? Anybody getting triggered with the fact that I have metallics on this wet palette? I bet you there's somebody out there that is. I do feel like it's a missed opportunity that they didn't sculpt the bowstring and like a spectral arrow, because they did that on Omega for Legion, and I feel like having that pink like neon bowstring would have done a bunch. That'll do big. I do like the silver on those knives. That's good. I don't know. I guess there's a time and place for non-metallic metals, but because of the way eyes work, like unless you're doing it just to prove a point or doing something for like a exercise of like, oh, could I paint this blade to look like it's metallic? So far, I haven't used metallics in a case where I'm like, oh man, I wish that wasn't shiny actually. Maybe that's a me thing. it's a riveting gunmetal gray bow. My idea of gold was better, but whatever. Source material and all, it's fine. Hello. I'm gonna paint the handles of the knives, damn it. I still gotta paint the actual eyes. Extra, damn it. I hate painting eyes. But that was a journey we started a while ago, is painting eyes on everything that we do. Although for a certain other alien individual, didn't care enough to try to make the yellow dot super small, so he just got like yellowish eyes, and it's fine because he's an alien. We go. Can't even see the eyes, and I got a piece of fuzz. Shaky hand, that is this is weird. This is the eye painted on both, but they almost look like the different shapes. Whatever. Good enough for me. This is going to be maybe a little harder because I can't. Whoa. I think I need a little touch up there. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, we'll go back. We'll go back and touch that eye up a little, because one of them got way squirrely on her right. It's also throwing me off because the stupid black paint is so shiny that the sheen is almost like confusing me. Yeah, see, I don't know, because now it looks kind of normal. that I can't tell what on earth I am looking at because this black paint is so shiny. Honestly, I think it disappears enough that that's okay. Because honestly, I can't see what I'm looking at. A little squirrely, but I can live with that. And honestly, trying to paint these eyes, that's about all I can ask for currently. I think that's okay. All right, we got eyes. Okay, well, so I gotta do some smoke. I got a gunmetal the handles. Let's go ahead and at least get that semi blocked out. And we'll wrap up here. Might take a couple of coats actually to really differentiate these colors, but it's not a super aggressive difference in the show, so. Okay, well, I think that's gonna do it for today's painting. Anywho, so we got, eventually, anyways, I have to do all the work on the other base, but we're getting there. I'm hoping that once I clear coat these guys, they'll fall a little bit more in line with that one, because it's the exact same way that I did it, so it should look the same in the end, but like that one looks more, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, honestly, that one looks better than I anticipated with its weird face, so I'm good there. Again, this is in the description if you want to enter to win. This runs till December 31st. Link to the short in the description. Leave a comment, sub, and like the short, and you'll be entered. I'll draw it, I'll get in touch with you, and we'll go from there. As far as what's coming, we'll probably stream Marvel Rivals tomorrow. Video Friday. Stream Thursday as well. Got stuff for me going forward. Or what's today? Monday? Tomorrow's Tuesday? Maybe we'll stream Wednesday. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Just keep an eye out. But that's going to do it for this one. These guys will probably be done next time you see it. So next Monday, maybe we'll work on this little fella. I don't know if this is supposed to be Kalani or it's just a droid. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So I don't know if we're going to be doing any freehanding. But that's it for this one. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all being here. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.
The power of the dark side.